Hi everyone, Alan Knight here with another small podcast on March 31st, 2020. And I have with me today a lovely person. Her name is Sandra Dowsett, who I've known for many years. Met her back in Vancouver. As a result of meeting her, I decided I better move my ass out of Vancouver and move 3,000 miles to Toronto. And I've never felt better. How about you, Sandra? How are you feeling?
I feel great. Thank you for having me. And it's lovely to see you on Zoom.
And let's keep the distance, right?
Social distancing, that's right.
Oh, social distance. I call it physical distance. This physical distancing because it's not social distancing. It's actually the opposite. If you choose, it could be social intimacy, emotional intimacy, communication intimacy. So how are you adapting? How are you adapting with the wonderful, great, not the wonderful pandemic, but the very challenging times we face at this time? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm fortunate enough to be pretty calm and grounded amongst the chaos. I feel like it's a good exercise for me to practice my inner fitness that you taught me. What do you think?
Getting in the Zen zone, right?
Getting into the zone, man. I'm tackling those challenges that come at me one point, like getting back in the zone and not letting it kind of throw me off. That's how I'm feeling.
I always referred to that philosopher, I think he was Viktor Frankl, when he went through the concentration camps, and his attitude was, they could take away my physical freedom, but they can't take away my inner freedom. So just imagine how he felt being in a concentration camp, even worse than what we're in. We're in little camps, but not exactly like that. And just to think he maintained that attitude, which was an amazing attitude. So if he could do that within those circumstances, we certainly can do it within our circumstances. So
no, absolutely. Even Bob Marley talks about that. He talks about that in the Redemption song, that we can only emancipate ourselves from our own minds.
Yeah.
So
that's why I think that there's going to be, at the beginning, I, like everyone else, was in a state of, wow, this is surreal. And it was very isolating and very fearful. It caused a lot of fear and insecurity, etc. But as each day goes on, I can't help, and probably you're thinking about it in the same way, that I see a bigger picture, that the world needed this wake-up call. Look at all the corruption. Look at all the inequality financially. Look at all the opioids and drug addictions and the porn addictions, and the list goes on. We've gotten away from human, down-to-earth values of sharing in a wonderful, wholesome way. So maybe with this wake-up call, there'll be some valuable changes in society. What's your thoughts?
I totally agree. I feel like humanity's going through the dark night of the soul, and we needed to go through this in order to really recognize what is most important, which is wholehearted connection, belonging. And the world's been going, doing for so long, destroying the earth, and like you mentioned, corruption in business practices and inequality and addiction, like just so in chaos.
Yeah. I'm not a communist, never have been, but I do believe that we live in a world where you've got multi-billionaires. Now, there's nothing wrong with people becoming wealthy, but here's my take on it. Imagine the earth was a big football field and we were all thought to have to become football players. The reality is many of us wouldn't physically be capable of being football players. We didn't have the muscles, the large S, the athletics. Some would, some wouldn't. Well, the world's a bit like that. Not everyone's cut out to be a multimillionaire or ambitious businessman or woman or ambitious financial person or lawyer or doctor. There's needs for many types of people. And that's why I personally believe that we're entering, and maybe the world is being forced to it, to have a basic income for the average person who will feel free, get their medical taken care of, get their college get taken care of, not be worried about food or rent or whatever, things like that, and then have the freedom. If you want to go out and become a millionaire, do it. If you want to just live on that and just be peaceful, that's fine too. But at least you have everyone on a semi-equal playing field. That's my thought.
I can certainly, I agree with that. I agree that, and I also am a believer that there is wealth and abundance out there for everybody. Being greedy and scarce about it is definitely fearful, coming from a place of fear, which I'm feeling in the world right now. And definitely giving everybody the basics of, like, I'm not a socialist either, really. I don't really classify myself in any of those systems because I think those systems are crumbling, all of those not business, but political systems. But yeah, true equality is everyone is covered and have their basic, not just basic needs, thriving needs.
I see it more as democratic, compassionate party, where you've got democracy, but you've got a certain degree of compassion. Like the reality is in Canada here, as you know, we appreciate that we have it. The healthcare is not perfect, but I'll tell you, I would have been dead a long time ago if I hadn't had access to the system. So it's not, I know a lot of people are concerned that if you provide people with basic income, they won't work. I think it's the opposite. I think that if you give people peace and tranquility in their life, they're more likely to get creative and want to do things. And they'll go out and spend that money and create other things and maybe create many businesses. Small business ideas will come from it. So I think it's the opposite of the way a lot of people see it.
Yeah. I mean, it's never been done before either. And I also feel that our political system, we don't need to have these corrupt political leaders driving the show. Why? When
too
it's the
much
people
corruption, too much corruption, not enough heart-centered leaders in the world.
And yeah, I agree. And heart-centered leadership comes from being vulnerable. And and people are so armored out there, right? They're covered up. They're covered their heart. They've covered their feelings. And there's so much doing, going, rather than being present. And I feel like this pandemic is forcing people to contemplate and to be quiet and to really review, not with their minds, but with their hearts.
Yeah, and another benefit of social media is that with the advent of it, you get exposed, like this, the Harvey Weinsteins, the Me Too movement. Men are not allowed to get away with that anymore. Men and women, no matter who they are, the world sees you, the world sees us. And the positive is that the young people, although sometimes as young people we tend to be idealistic and it doesn't always get to be the way we want it, the positive thing is that they have fresh new ideas and they do want to take care of the environment and they do want to have their education. They do want people to be taken care of health-wise, whatever. So there's a lot of opportunity for really binding together and really changing and transforming society in a way that we've always wanted it, but weren't able to it because it was controlled by the wrong people. We've allowed it to be controlled by the wrong people. God, Absolutely. We're getting very political here, aren't we? I shouldn't be so political.
You brought it up, man.
Okay, I brought it up.
Well, I do. I feel like this right now we're in a awesome opportunity as humans to restructure the way we live our lives and the way we connect with one another. Right. Even the mere fact of a lot of people working from home now, it's doable. A lot of companies in the past, I know friends of mine work for companies that wouldn't allow it before, and now they have to. And now it's possible. The companies can still run with a lot more flexibility with people working from home. So Absolutely. I think there's going to be a lot of restructuring in a
Now, I forgot to ask you what you do. People don't even know what you do and how you can help them.
Oh, I have a couple of things I do.
What are they?
Right now, I am building my business in finance and money. So I'm a holistic financial advisor. I have like the whole, I like to look at things in the whole way. And there's also on the money side, there's a lot of emotion and beliefs and thoughts that people carry from very young that really impact one's relationship with money. So I'm all about opening up that and having those conversations with people and also helping them with I look at it as bridging the unseen with the seen sides of money. So creating a financial foundation with investments, insurance and whatnot, and helping people through that, but also helping them connect with any kind of money blocks.
So how do they get in touch with you?
They can go to my website, sandradowsett.com, or you can find me all over media with my name, Sandra Dowsett. Social media like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Wonderful. Sandra, we'll have to do this again. It was an interesting little chat for the day.
Thank you.
We'll have to do this again. As far as myself, if you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch at allanknight.com. Allan@allanknight.com is the email if you'd like to have a 30-minute assessment and evaluation. If you'd like to become a coach, you've always wanted to be a coach, not a coach, you don't have a program, we have a certified coaching program. You can get more information on that on our website. And check out the soulmaterevolution.com, soulmaterevolution.com, where our commitment is to bring 100,000 soulmates together in the next 5 years. Well, nice to see you. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye, Sandra.
Bye, Allan.